Sandra Brooks here. You're watching I'm Hot TV. Thanks for tuning in. This episode is going to be all about self-tanners. Now, a lot of people are scared to use self-tanners because they don't want to end up looking like an oomph-loompa, and they also don't want to end up having stripes like a zebra. Those are definitely not what we want when we are using self-tanners. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the products that I have been using for years that are really simple to use. I'm going to tell you how I use them, give you some tips and tricks, and also some warnings. Let's start with the warnings. First and foremost, most of these self-tanners, probably like 99% of them, do not have any sort of sunblock in them. So just because your skin may look really nice and tan does not mean you're protected from the sun. So you want to make sure that you are still wearing a daily SPF no matter what, whether you have the self-tanner on or not, because that self-tanner is not going to protect you one bit. And it's also actually going to do some harm because you can't see your skin starting to change color as easily as you would if you didn't have the self-tanner on. So it's happened to me before. I put the self-tanner on, I feel nice and bronzed, and I'm outside laying out, and I don't notice that I'm starting to get pink, and I actually ended up getting a pretty bad sunburn because I didn't realize it till it was too late. Now this can happen even without self-tanner. Put the self-tanner on and it's even worse. So be careful, just be cautious, and put the sunscreen on like recommended. Also, I want to warn you that most of these products have an odor to them. They kind of smell, and if you ever smelled a self-tanner before, you know what I'm talking about. It's not very pleasant. Some of the products have gotten better with the smell, and I have not found any product that does not have some sort of odor. And some of them can actually dry out your skin. So you do want to make sure that you moisturize. Now, you're not going to want to moisturize while you're letting the self-tanner soak in. It does take 2 to 3 hours for the color to start showing up, and then it can even develop 6 to 9 hours after that. I don't put moisturizer on the same day as my self-tanner just because it would kind of conflict, but you better believe the day after I lather on as much moisturizer as I can handle. Now let's start with some of the duds. These are going to be the products that I've tried and I don't really like. We're going to start first with this L'Oreal Sublime Bronze Clear Self-Tanning Gel. It's a spray and it's not very easy to use, and it does feel kind of sticky and tacky on your skin. So this is not one that I would recommend. I don't really prefer it, and it does give you a gradual tan. I feel like if I'm gonna stink for a whole entire day, I want the tan to really pop. I don't want to have to put this on for 3 days in a row before I notice something. So that's why I'm not really keen about this one. Our next product is also a L'Oreal product. Sorry, L'Oreal. Anyways, this is from their Sublime Bronze collection, and it's just a self-tanning lotion that actually has SPF 15 in it. That's very surprising, and I like that fact about this. I like that it has SPF 15 in it, but this one, it's medium natural tan, and I don't feel like it gave me too much boost in my tan. I didn't feel like the results were all that awesome. So that's why this one I'm just not too crazy about. It's not the worst. Definitely if you see this one and it's on sale or something, maybe try it, but this would not be my first choice. Dun, 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 we have another L'Oreal product. This is actually the self-tanner that I have probably been using since high school. This was like one of the #1 self-tanners on the market around that time in my price range. And back then, I didn't really know about any of the other products. There wasn't like this huge line of self-tanners. So this was the best for back then. But now, after trying some of my other favorite self-tanners, I don't really like this one anymore at all. Like, I have a little bit left in here, and I should probably just throw it out because I'll probably never use it again. But anyways, this is L'Oreal from their Sublime Bronze collection. It is Tinted Self-Tanning Lotion. So this does have a bronzer in it. And actually the bronzer has like glitter in it. So I don't know if you can see the bottle. It has shimmer all over it. This is like a shimmering bronzer. So it looks really fake. When the bronzer's on you, your skin's got that iridescent like pearl shimmer to it. If you like that, hey. If you don't get this one. This one is actually like one of the stickiest self-tanners that I've ever put on. I put it on and I just feel like I'm sticking to everything. I'm sticking to my chair, my clothes are sticking to me. Lord forbid you sweat. Not cute. So anyways, I highly discourage you from getting this one, especially if you don't like to feel all clammy all day. Now let's talk about some of my favorites. Oh, L'Oreal, you made it into one of my favorites. The L'Oreal aerosol is amazing. I love this. This is their Sublime Bronze, what do you know? It's a Pro Perfect Salon Airbrush Self Tanning Mist, and this is their medium color, and this is their deep dark color. Now for my skin tone, the medium color is better. This one, it doesn't really develop nicely on my skin, so I think if you are naturally darker, go for this one, and if you have light complexion, I would definitely grab this one instead. It just it blends in better with my skin tone. So this one, it has a 360 wide angle applicator, which is amazing. That means you can spray this upside down, right side up, all over everywhere, and it gets you really nice and even. Some of the aerosol products, be careful, because if they don't do the 360, that means you can't spray them upside down. So you have to keep the can upright and spray, you know, it's like really hard if you're doing it by yourself. When you're doing your legs, it's easier to hold the can upside down, but if the can won't spray upside down, you're gonna be in a little pickle. So I highly recommend getting this aerosol. It is perfect and it's really, really, really easy to use. If you're not really into aerosols, my favorite lotion is by Banana Boat. I can only find this at Walmart, so I actually have to like go on a mission to Walmart to get this because I haven't found any stores that carry this by my house. But I'm obsessed with this. When I do go to Walmart to get this, I get like 5 at a time because they are my favorite. And this, the color develops so quickly, it lasts a very long time, and it's very, very even, and it's not sticky. It's stinky, they're all stinky, but this one's not sticky. I'm actually wearing it right now, and I feel moisturized, and I feel like normal. I feel like I just have lotion on. I don't feel like I'm wearing a self-tanner, which is what I really love about this. And the color does develop nicely. If you want to get super dark in a short amount of time, I recommend putting this on when you first wake up, and then you want to wait probably 3 to 4 hours and apply it again. You can do that every about like 3 to 4 hours until you achieve like a really dark color that you want. But I recommend probably trying with 2 applications at first, and then you know, next week you can do 3 or whatever. Keep building it because it's gonna still develop even, you know, 6 to 9 hours after. So once you're done with your second application, you're still gonna be developing even more after that, and you don't want to get too dark because it's not easy to take this stuff off. Basically, how it comes off is when your skin cells slough off, it's sloughing the tan off with it. So you're gonna have to wait for your natural skin cell cycle to just get rid of the tan. Let's talk about how to apply the lotion. So when applying the lotion, you want to remember a few things. Put some in your hand and you're going to rub it together. Be sure to keep your fingers close together like this. If you keep them spread out like this and you're rubbing them over, that's an easy way to get streaks. So to help minimize streaks, you want to keep your hands together, kind of like you're wearing mittens, and you rub it in. And I like to rub in like a circular motion on my arms like this. On my legs, I just keep my hands together like this and I rub all my legs together, and you want to make sure that you apply it evenly. So don't like glob on too much in one spot and then not have enough in the other. You want to make sure that the application is even. Now they do recommend to use this sparingly on drier areas of your body, such as elbows, knees. I find my problem area to be my hands and my feet. So what I like to do is I use the lotion on my whole entire body, not my face though. If you have really sensitive skin, I have not found a self-tanner that does not make me break out. So unless you have really resilient skin, do not put this on your face. You're just gonna have to go buy a different cover-up that is a little bit darker, but you don't wanna risk having a breakout by putting this on your face. So I put that on my whole body, and then I take my handy dandy aerosol and I use this for my hands and feet. Now when you're spraying your hands, you want to make sure that you keep your hand relaxed. If you have it like stretched in a weird way, I don't know if you could see the tendons kind of poking out right now, that can actually cause you to have streaks, believe it or not. So just keep your hand relaxed, slightly open your fingers a little bit, and you would just spray it like that. And same thing for that hand. And then your feet, you just kind of look down at your feet and you spray the tops of your feet. Now, I also have a problem getting the middle of my back. It's really difficult. Unless you're like double jointed or you're really limber, that's gonna be a hard spot to get is in between your shoulder blades. Well, they made a handy dandy contraption that you can buy at Walmart that will help you get in between your shoulder blades. It reminds me of a loofah on a stick, but this was actually made for your self-tanner. I guess you could use it for normal lotion too. But all you do is you apply a little bit of the self-tanner on this. It's better to rub it in a little bit. And then as if you were in the shower, you just put it there in between your shoulder blades. Now let's talk about maintaining that bronze. So now you got the pretty tan that you want, and you want to make it last the longest. So you got to make sure that you moisturize your skin. So be sure to put on moisturizer at least once a day. And also when you're getting out of the shower, this is important. A lot of people, they rub the towel on their skin. That's actually going to speed up the exfoliating process, which is going to make your skin slough off faster. And I told you the tan is in your skin cells, so you don't want to do that. You want to be gentle when you're drying off out of the shower. So just dab the towel on your skin. Be really, really gentle with it. Let's say some time has gone by and your tan is starting to fade and it's kind of fading in spots. Sometimes that happens because certain parts of our body do have a faster turnover rate with the skin cells. So sometimes I get blotchy on my stomach area, more so than the rest of my body. So I just want to make sure that once the tan starts coming off, that I exfoliate in those spots that are blotchy the most. And then once I get rid of that tan completely and my skin is like all one color again, that's when I like to start my tanning process over again. Because sometimes if you just keep building and building and building on top of the self-tanner, then it starts to look uneven. So I do recommend once your tan starts to look kind of like blotchy in certain spots, that you just let it all come off and then you can start the process all over again. Let's talk about how to apply the aerosol. Now for the aerosol, you want to try and keep long, smooth lines. And you want to make sure that you're turning your body. For your legs, I start just like I would in like a spray tan booth. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but I start with my leg turned out. I get the inside of my leg, I turn, and I just keep getting the whole part of my leg, and I do that for both legs. And then I'm just doing long strides with the can to get my whole chest area. And then when I'm doing my arms, I put my arms out like this, and I actually bend my wrist back. So that way when I'm spraying my arms, it's not getting the palm of my hand, because as you know, we don't tan the palms of our hands, so that would look really weird. So that's why I put my arm out like that. And then when I'm doing this, I just turn that way. And you want to make sure that you don't forget underneath your arms and your back. And this is the end of our self-tanning video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, you can always leave them down below and we'll try to answer them the best that we can. Also, if you guys know of any non-stinky self-tanners, let me know. I would love to know that. Be sure to subscribe us. We try to make videos every week. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and our website, imhaute.com. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah! Bye.